through the forest, because look at it, it is lush. Woo. Woo. Yeah. Oh. Right. It's been worked on and it is nice and undulating now. Some drops at the double there, which you can have if you want. I kind of made a mess of it myself. Little jump there. This is where you would join the trail at the end of Groovy Gully there. Let's get my bits and bobs together.
And this little go off. Yeah, it works.
Beacon view. Watch our corner. Double. Oh, nearly. Fair dues. It's this bike, not me. I'm hopeless at jumping. This bike is very poppy at the moment. The extra air in the fog. I'm able to get it airborne quite easy now. Big one not moving. All right, let's get on. Oh. Where are the views, eh? Where are the views? I mean, you know. Right, we're getting on to Heartburn. Okay. This is part of Skyline Trail rather than Blade, but I like to add it in because I like the natural feel of it, the loam at the start. It's quite flowy. Just flowing it really. I'll put the odd pedal stroke in where it's flat. It's a bit of a fire road climb back up onto the Blade Trail. Nothing too steep, it's just a bit of a slog. So I'd say to anyone on an e-bike riding up there, get onto Heartburn and add it on. A little bit pedally. All the drops are rollable on this section. I mean, pretty much everything is rollable on Blade Trail, including the rock. As long as you've got at least 120mm front suspension. I think I've ridden it on a hardtail a couple of times. There's nothing you've got to commit on. This is a great trail. It gets you out into outer edges of Afan as well, over at Glyncorrwg. Gives you a slightly more out there feel. Do the Skyline loop, which is like 50 kilometers. It's quite an epic ride because it does take you right over the other side of Glyncorrwg, over on the Rhondda side. But there's some new trails over there, so I'd highly recommend those. They're very flowy. Again, who's on an e-bike, it would be a lot easier. I'm definitely not at peak fitness, and it's a Skyline is that sort of trail where, you know, if you run out of water or food, you know, you might want to just head back to the centre at that point rather than try and brave it. Restington Place, and then over to Helter Skelter. Helter Skelter now, feet on the pedals. This trail has been damped down a little bit from last night's rain, which is better. It's more grippy. Very loose there, a lot of gravel build up in that corner. Bit of a rut here, watch your pedal. Ooh, lots of rocks sticking up now, which could damage a rim or a tyre. Here we are. There we are. Cracking. This one, chocolate almond fudge, great. Okay. Quite loose out. Bit of moisture on the brakes. A little drop there. Really wish I had 150mm dropper, not this 125mm. When you're going over a drop, it's just, you can just feel the saddle there. Something to upgrade, maybe swap out with someone, I don't know. This is quite chunky. The drop here, there. Go to the left a little bit because there's a route on the landing, on the right hand part of that landing. Hit the high line. Okay, so we're doing this one, Joyrider. Oh, there was a bee. I was trying to avoid the bee. Quite difficult when you're about to do a gnarly drop, but I did manage it. Took the drop slightly to the left. Quite rough, this section. Okay, here are the steps. I'm opting for the smooth side. Gap. Yeah, boy. Ooh. Good to gap some of this stuff and some little dips. There we are. Look at the views there. Incredible. Got some little rollers to pump here now. Just keeps the flow going. Right there. Fantastic. Right. Whoop. Right, we're getting on to Peregrine Ridge now. Take this onto the rock. Peregrine Ridge is nice headly section above the village of Glyncorrwg. Swipe the camera. Oh, I got bits of mud on there. There we are. Look at that. Okay, onwards. At the saddle. Woo. The rock is just ahead here. The rock, which is that's the one on the left. That's the one I'm going to do. Right, let's have a look at the O-rings. This was part of the Gravity Enduro round one that I did a few years back. Quite a few years back. And gotta say, probably the fastest I'd ever ridden it. On the edge all the way down. But today I'm going to take it chill. Couple of drops. They are rollable. Taking it slowly. It's quite wet. Quite a few puddles. Then you got this sort of rock garden. I lost a bit of time on this actually because I did that. I hit my pedal. Yeah, easier on a 29er. I found it quite hard getting up that quickly on the Rocky Mountain altitude. 27.5. Okay. If you're quite new to mountain biking or not really into sort of you know, red trails, just be wary on this section and on Happy Life further down, because it is very loose. And there's a lot of rocks which are kind of rollable drops or step downs, but you know, you want to get your weight back. That's got to be the number one on the riding on this section. Try and get your weight back, because some of these rocks have got square edges on them and they could tip your bike over. A lot of puddles. It's like the water hasn't wanted to evaporate on this side. One thing I do as well, even though I've got to drop a post, I slam it down right to the frame on some of these steeper sections like this one. I just find it better because that beginning bit is quite steep. Don't want your saddle getting caught in your shorts on that. Oh, these puddles are a bit of a nightmare. Yeah. Whoa. That's quite gnarly. Just pointing my toes upwards, my heels down, really riding it off the back of the bike. It's pretty tasty for a red. Have your wits about you. We didn't have to race this in the Gravity Enduro. We went over onto the other side and rode dark side. Oh. Woo-hoo. Yeah. Pretty gnarly. Right, let's get a hand into this lens in case it's covered in mud. It's pretty wet here. Oh. It's very chunky. Way. I tend to go to the right here. Yep, that's wet, and these drops keep coming. Yeah, some of these drops are quite tasty. Watch that one there. I think its best line is on the right through the little V shape that's formed with it meeting the other rock. And then this section is horrible. Ugh. Very tight turn. Either take it wide or get your feet dabbing like I'm doing. Both me and my son have gone over the bars on that a few times when we've been hurtling down there and forgetting about it. It kind of beats you up at the end, that one. Without any recovery from that descent, just get me on camera the way I'm feeling and looking just after it. I love Blade. Do you know, this is one of those trails where I can fill an SD card. There's so much descending, it's ridiculous. So just under 20k. I can't rate this place highly enough. Plus over there the cafe and Afan a blast. But the bike shop supplied me today with the Muc Off bottle. Left mine at home. Anyway, thanks for joining. See you on the next one. Oh, I don't know what. I feel like I could go for a swim in there now. Beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful. Hello.
Hey, how are you, buddy?
Oh. I'm gonna get some of this cleaner. I fancy some of this. Oh. I'm back in the car now. Ooh, it is warm. It is a warm one. Let's get this car started, shall we? Oh, listen to that engine. 16 valve. 1.3. The mountain bike centre, I think, is such a valuable part of this community. I mean, the Cafe Kutch is amazing. The food there, they have events on. Obviously, they hold pods and stuff, but you got to try the beans on toast. Never mind, can't have everything we want. The wife, and she made me a 5-bean chili